This short dream rather reminds me of a film I saw on TV years ago and can barely remember, in which I believe it was Tony Curtis was chained at the ankle to a black man and they were making good their escape from some prison working party or similar. In my case, I was chained at the waist to a tubby middle-aged white man, and we were running as fast as we could across a succession of flat rooftops, presumably offices or shops of some kind. We were evidently trying to get away from something or somebody, and scarcely slowed down to go down a few concrete steps and then further on up some more. I felt we were heading towards the end of the rooftops, although I could not see far enough ahead to confirm this. And that's the end of the dream, actually, anyway. But just a few thoughts on that. I can only think that the other man, I could not see his face, was my personal self, and I in the dream was my real self, trying to get away from this physical realm, but all was chained to it, even though its personification in the dream did not seem to be holding me back particularly, but managing to keep up with me. That's about all I can say on that one. Over to you, Dwayne, please.
Okay, yes. Hi, Peter. And these are always fun. And I'm assuming that the man chained to you was to your left.
Yeah, he was. That's absolutely right. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's because that's somebody you knew. Not only is that the past, but it's somebody you knew. So, and in this case, it doesn't matter if it's forward or right or whatever, because it is, yes, basically it's you. You're chained to yourself here, and that's okay. All right. So we have to understand that. Hey, we're all prisoners on this planet. That's real. We have bodies here. We're prisoners. Just like your car, when the police impound it, it's in the impound yard and you're not going to get it out until you do certain things. Yes, we are chained to ourselves here, and that's okay. You know, you just go through it, and we, in a way, we need to be chained to ourselves. It's not a matter of, see, we've been marketed with these ideas that, oh, we want freedom. We don't want to be obstructed or restricted in any way. Well, creation is complete restriction. All right. It's complete restriction. There's nothing but restriction. No matter how good of a life you have, no matter how much money you have, or whatever the thing is, or your lifestyle, it is all restriction and agitation until you recognize it for what it really is. And but people pretend that it's otherwise. So again, it's all okay. And so the idea here is that you're running, all right? And so again, take the objective view of this. You don't have to run anywhere. And just like that movie that you referred to, Peter, I saw it too with Tony Curtis, and I think it was, might have been the black man, what's his name? Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? There's no black movie star, but it doesn't matter. But that's the idea. In other words, we see this in motion activity, and for our mind and our senses, this is how we think along these lines, okay? Because this is how it is in creation, and it's understandable. So if you just rob the bank, and yes, you're going to be running from the police, you're going to go as fast as you can in your car. That makes sense because you're in this physical realm, and we have motion, we have movement, we have travel, we have up and down, left and right, whatever. Okay, yeah, this is in creation. But the real you is not moving anywhere. There's no such thing. Okay, so even all this foo-foo stuff about people wanting to do lucid dreaming, flying in dreams and all that, okay, that's all cute. But the bigger picture is isness. That's everything, okay? So that's where you might say, totally secure without restrictions at all, because you're everything and it's endless. So it is a matter of deciding how you're going to focus with your intent and sincerity to recognize this. So there becomes the difference. But in creation, it's okay to be restricted because you need to be motivated to recognize this. So we use the idea of freedom, but it's a fallacy. there's no such thing as freedom, because all life is isness. But we start off with that, just like when we start off with what we learn in school. We start off with these ideas. And it has always been that spiritual freedom and all these things like that. Well, guess what? Most people, if any, never really got it. They just think that because they go to a happy place in some other realm, like the astral mental worlds or whatever, that are wonderful, that all of a sudden they have spiritual freedom. Well, again, there's no such thing. So this is the new nowness. Everything is redefined according to what all life is, which is so much better. But in the meantime, each one of us has to deal with our personal self and figure this out, to where, gee, this unknown reality that I know nothing about, cannot see or even consider, it's supposed to be better. But how can that be according to what I decide should be better according to my mind and senses, you see? So that's a challenge all in itself. So creation is huge. But again, the bottom line here, Peter, is that it's okay, but is it so? Does it make sense? Again, see, the true reality of life makes sense, like the sun shining. So does it make sense to run anywhere? So you decide. So you have this experience, and do you want to keep running? Or do you want to be now and see it for what it really is? There you go.
Right. I think the man you were trying to think of was Sidney Poitier, wasn't it? Anyway, thanks for that.
Yes, it was. Sidney Poitier. I couldn't think of his name. He was in that other movie, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Because anyhow, I like the movies because they're very good objective views, and I suggest people see a lot of movies, good, bad, or indifferent, hell, killing, romance, whatever. See so many movies, because you're getting documentaries and they're showing you what's going on in this world, from the foo-foo nonsense to the brutality to the secret nonsense that they're doing, etc. And you get a kind of a fun download real fast of what's really going on, and now you have more comparisons, you see. So it's not that TV or the internet or anything is good or bad. They're providing you all the information you need actually to compare with what is real, so that you can free yourself from here. But it's just how you see it. You see, everything is in the seeing and recognizing.
Thank you for listening to this video. And if you want to hear more, subscribe to my channel to find further recordings and to keep you updated with all the latest new presentation videos. Duane, the great writer, is making himself available for those who want to know more and see more and be more than just having another ordinary, unaware life on this purposely poisoned planet. Create your new session with Duane, the great writer, and discuss any topic you like. Here are some examples to discuss: personal, financial, relationships, dreams, government, 5G, GMO, chemtrails, vaccines, HARP, military, secret service, spying, subliminal taplining, conspiracy, angels, gods, fairies, ghosts, aliens, reptilians, religious, spiritual, governments, monarchy, and anything that pertains to what you are experiencing in this creation bubble, and also the real universes of real freedom. Learn to get your own answers. New sessions start at 30 minutes at $1, $1 into PayPal a minute, and can be as much time as needed. And yes, the way Dwayne writes his new words refers to something more than what is known here, and this is where you decide to recognize what is real now with all life, or continue on as you have, with just another personal life in an aging body form. Contact Kevin Smith UK and Dean Val USA on Facebook and YouTube. Additionally, an official new presentation club is now available. The New Awareness Club. Membership to which is $1 per month through PayPal. Click on the New Awareness website link below the description of this video, and from there navigate to the forum site and register there, which serves as a home base for the club.